Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In today's video, I am going to test Chat GPT, the artificial intelligence by OpenAI, and test if it can speak Italian, if it can speak Italian like a native speaker. I am going to ask a few questions. Hopefully we won't get into any disagreement during the chat. Please feel free to post in the comments or share with me any ideas for how we can interact with this chat engines so that we can together learn more Italian in the future. Without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, so I'm here with Chat GPT. Let's see. Hi. Let's start a conversation with hi. All right, hello. How can I assist you today? Can you speak Italian? Sì, posso parlare italiano. Now, this is interesting. It started speaking Italian right away. Sì, yes. Posso parlare italiano. By the way, notice how there is a little accent, a little phonetic marker on the I. Sì with a little accent. That thing is only to make the word distinct from another Italian word that looks exactly identical. Sì. There are different Cs in Italian. One is yes, and the one that means yes has that little phonetic marker on top. It has nothing to do with pronunciation, so no worries about that. Some people get confused. Posso parlare italiano. I can speak Italian. Remember, the subject in Italian, I, in this case, I can speak Italian. The subject is omitted because that information can be taken from the verb posso. Posso is already I can because it's already conjugated in the first person singular. I can. I can speak Italian. Okay, so I have to say, Chat GPT is definitely confident. Come posso aiutarti oggi? And in order to understand everything about that question, that sentence, that's a little bit more complicated because we need to learn about pronouns, about weak form, long form, clusters, and suffix clusters. All complicated, but for the sake of the video today, let's just move on. Come posso aiutarti oggi? How can I help you today? Voglio, again, first person singular. Voglio, I want. Voglio valutare il tuo italiano. I want to test your Italian. Okay, very, very interesting. So first of all, it seems to be that Chat GPT believes to be male because it's using a masculine pronoun. The answer is certamente, certainly. So it's got a positive attitude. Sono pronto. Sono pronto means I am ready. Pronto. Sono pronto. However, if the AI were female, then it would say sono pronta. Sono pronta. Because when I speak from the point of view of a man, I say sono pronto. From the point of view of a woman, sono pronta. The ending is changed depending on gender. A for female, O for male. Sono pronto per essere valutato. Again, a woman would say sono pronta per essere valutata. I am ready to be evaluated, to be tested. A man would say sono pronto per essere valutato. The ending is key. Come posso aiutarti nella valutazione del mio italiano? So, how can I help you so that you can test my Italian? The attitude is amazing. Okay, I will ask you some questions. Please do your best to answer. Ti farò alcune domande. Per favore, rispondi. I will make some questions, literally. I will ask you some questions. Do your best to answer. Va bene, sarò felice di rispondere alle tue domande in italiano. This is amazing. It's really nice. Va bene is basically what you say to express agreement. If someone asks you something, you can say in Italian, va bene. It means, okay, that's good. Sarò felice di rispondere alle tue domande in italiano. I will be more than happy to answer your questions in Italian. Vai pure. Vai pure. Go ahead. Please go ahead. Vai pure is a little bit like an idiom. It's not an idiom, but it's a phrase. So you can learn it just the way it is as opposed to breaking it down into multiple parts and trying to make sense of it. Vai pure. Just go ahead. Feel free to go ahead. And notice how we always use the same verb, to go. Vai means you go. Va, it's the third person singular. It means she or he or it goes. And that's the very first word of the sentence. Va bene. Literally, it goes well. It goes well with me. It's fine. Va, vai. They come from the same verb. That's why they're similar. Tell me something true and funny in Italian. Okay, so this is a bit of an interesting one. I decided to ask this particular question, and now I feel a bit ashamed because I asked the AI something that has nothing to do with Italian, because humor in itself doesn't really relate to Italian closely enough. And the AI failed miserably. Ecco un fatto vero e divertente in italiano. So, ecco. Here it is. Un fatto. A fact. Vero e divertente. True and funny in Italian. The Italian word for squirrel, scoiattolo, is squirrel in English. Anche se sembra strano. Even if it seems weird. It doesn't seem weird. It's just a normal word-for-word translation. So I don't know what the AI thinks about this. I don't know why it thinks it's weird. È vero. It is true. So even if it seems crazy, it is actually true. Some people laugh when they hear this. I don't know who would laugh, honestly. I've never seen anyone laugh about this. Perché sembra un po' il contrario di quello che ci si aspetterebbe. Because it seems a little bit the opposite. This is the literal translation. It seems the opposite of what you would expect, of what someone would expect, of what people would expect normally. Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to understand why the AI thinks that squirrel, translating in scoiattolo, is funny, and why people wouldn't believe that this is true. I think that this is a bit of a strange answer. Do you like pasta? Ti piace la pasta? come assistente virtuale non ho un corpo fisico e non posso mangiare. Quindi non ho le capacità di provare piacere o dispiacere per il cibo. Tuttavia, so che la pasta è un alimento molto popolare e amato in Italia e in tutto il mondo. Wow, so a lot of words to say that obviously being a virtual assistant with no physical body and the ability to consume food, there is no way that it can taste food and determine whether the food is tasty or not. So, all right. Let's ask something that should be known even to people or machines that cannot eat. Is pineapple on pizza acceptable? Okay, so it is at least aware that the average Italian person goes absolutely crazy when they're faced with the fact that some people, actually quite a lot of people, enjoy pizza with pineapple. This is a hotly debated topic that divides pizza lovers around the world. I'm not gonna read the rest of the answer because it's too long. Okay, I got distracted. Let's ask questions that have something to do with Italian, with the language itself. Conosci il congiuntivo? Sì. Again, we see the word yes. Conosco il congiuntivo. I know the subjunctive. The subjunctive is a tense. Is a tense like the present, the past. It's actually a mood. Tenses are grouped into moods or modes, and especially languages like English, but even more so, Italian have lots of tenses, and so these tenses are divided into groups. The indicative mode or mood is for reality. So, for example, I go to the beach, you went to the beach, she will go to the beach. These are sentences that describe facts. But then there's other tenses that are used not to describe things, but to talk about possibilities, for example, or things that are not certain. In other words, the language itself is built such that you have different constructs depending on how certain you are of what you are saying. And this is a useful thing, even though some languages operate differently. Right. So, sì, conosco il congiuntivo. Il congiuntivo è una forma verbale usata per esprimere azioni che non sono definite come reali, certe o concrete. In italiano il congiuntivo viene spesso usato per esprimere desideri, dubbi, emozioni e situazioni ipotetiche. That's right. So, the subjunctive is used to describe hypothetical situations, not real scenarios, not certain scenarios. Let's ask the AI to come up with a few Italian sentences. Fai, scrivi. 2 frasi, frasi, sentences, phrases, frasi in italiano. Okay, so it wrote 2 sentences. They seem correct. Spero che tu abbia una buona giornata oggi. I hope that you will have a good day today. And of course, this is using the subjunctive, abbia, which is a very difficult verb, difficult concept, and then a difficult implementation of that concept in Italian, a lot of people, even native speakers, struggle with getting the verbs, the tenses correct when it comes to subjunctive. So this is a sentence with the subjunctive and it's correct. So the AI so far is doing a great job. Oggi pomeriggio andrò al cinema con I miei amici. Today, oggi, pomeriggio, in the afternoon, I will go to the cinema with my friends. Andrò al cinema con I miei amici. Again, another perfectly correct sentence. Let's get a little bit technical now. Let's see if the AI is actually really, really good. Scrivi una frase italiana con 2 parole. So I'm asking for a sentence in Italian with only 2 words. Buonanotte amici. It's okay. Buonanotte amici means good night friends. Literally, good night friends. I don't think it's correct. I mean, it is a phrase in the English sense, but in Italian, when I ask for una frase, what's often taken for granted is that the sentence has to make sense, has to be able to stand on its own legs. So a phrase in English can be good morning, but una frase is better translated with sentence. So I asked for a sentence and I've got something that doesn't have a verb. A sentence, in order to be a sentence, needs to have a verb. Let's try again. Un'altra, per favore. Please write another one. Grazie mille, which literally is thank you 1000. So you can say grazie to say thank you in Italian, grazie, but you can also say grazie mille. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, and mille means 1000. It means 1000. It's the number 1000. Thank you 1000 times. All right, well, I'm not very happy with this. Let's ask for specific words. Let's test the vocabulary of the AI. I think the grammar is okay, but not perfect. Let's test the vocab. Scrivi 2 parole. 5 parole. Write down 5 words con la lettera U. So 5 words that contain the letter U. Ombrello, uva, uomo, università, usignolo. Okay, well, I guess the AI made a mistake, a big mistake this time. The second word, uva, means grapes, the fruit, grapes. Uomo means man, uomo, man. Then university, università. And lastly, we have usignolo, which is the name of a particular bird. And indeed, it's written with a U, starting with a U. The problem is, the first word that should be ombrello, which means umbrella, is not spelt with a U. Of course, it's spelt with an O. Ombrello, ombrello. So the word ombrello does not exist. What does cosa significa? What does it mean? Ombrello. In italiano? Oh, okay. It immediately spotted the mistake. This is actually quite interesting. So the mistake was somehow generated in the previous response. But now, the first thing that the AI says when asked what's the meaning of this word, it's, oh, I am sorry. I apologize for the mistake, for the typo in my previous response. Mi scuso. I apologize. Mi scuso. I excuse myself. I excuse myself. I am sorry for the mistake, the error. Errore. Error. Dibattitura. This means it's a typing error, a typo in my previous answer. It really speaks like a student. I'm sorry, it was a typo. La parola corretta in italiano è ombrello. So the correct word in Italian would be ombrello. Indeed it would be. E si riferisce ad un oggetto usato per ripararsi dalla pioggia. Okay, and then it goes on explaining what an umbrella does. We know what an umbrella does. Or we should. And, ok, scrivi 5 parole. I didn't write it down properly. So write 5 words down. Contenenti. So that contain la lettera U, ma senza la lettera I. Okay, so I've asked the AI to write down 5 words that contain the letter U, but that don't contain the letter I. Auto, uovo. Okay, so the first one is auto, car, auto, car, automobile. Uovo, egg. Okay, makes sense. Uccello, bird. Perfect. Urtare. Yeah, urtare. To bump into. Uscire. Again, a little mistake. Uscire means to leave, and it's a perfectly valid word, but it does have the I in it, right? We asked specifically words with a U in them, and no I. So, okay, this AI, I think its Italian is great. It could improve. It probably never joined the Italian Master University. Scrivi una poesia.